Hello. What is up everyone? My name is Sagar and we are back here with another video. And this is the lecture number 7 of our Java and DSA course. And in this particular video, we will be learning about switch statements. इस वीडियो को if else के just बाद आना चाहिए था, but bit magic भी जरूरी था, so you can adjust all this. They are gonna make no difference. So without making any further ado, let's get started. So there are these 4 keywords that we are going to learn today, and the first one is switch, second is case, third one is break, and the last one is default. So switch statements are like conditional statements. We can execute some particular block of code according to our different cases, and if we have some switch statement, then we can write them as conditional statements, but there is no vice versa. We may or may not write conditional statements in the form of switch statement. So first let me show you the syntax. Before starting, let us create new Java class, lecture 8. Main method. So let us take an example. Suppose I have an integer here, that is number of day, that will represent the number of day. 1 means Monday and 7 means Sunday. So I will write here 2, that is Tuesday, and first I will use conditional statements. If number of day equals to 1, that means Monday. If number of day equals to 2, that means Tuesday. Okay, as you can see, I have to write 7 if condition to check whether it is Sunday, Monday or any other. But we learned that when these conditions are related to each other, then we can use else if. So now our code will flow like this. First it will check this condition, this is false, then it will check next condition and it is true, and it will not check further. And let's run this. As you can see, Tuesday, because our number of day was 2. You can see here. But here we are using this every time. Number of day equals to 1, either number of day equals to 2 or 3 or 4. We have to write multiple conditions. Is there any faster way? Switch statements. We can write this conditional statement as this. First our switch keyword, then these parentheses, and then inside them our variable name, that is number of days. We have to write here our variable or some expression that have multiple cases to check, and then these curly braces, and then our cases. First our case is 1, that means case 1 is Monday, so I will print Monday, and then break, case 2, so you can see here I am writing it as this. First our switch keyword, then inside parentheses our variable name that can have multiple cases, and then here inside these curly braces I am checking for multiple cases. Here you can see case 1, case 2 up to case n, and then at last you can see at default. Default is like else block. When all the above cases are false, then our code will flow in else block. That I will write here wrong number. So first let me comment all this. So you can see here case 1, that means when number of day is equal to 1. So here we don't have to write it as this, number of days double equals to 1 or any other. I can directly use here 1, and if it is 1 then this colon, and after that our block of code, but I am just printing here Monday and then break. Same as for other cases, here case 2 Tuesday, case 3 Wednesday, and so on. and at last this default will print wrong number. So let's run this, and here you can see Tuesday. So let's change my number of day. Let us say I am writing here 20. So it is printing wrong number. We know that switch is a keyword that we used with some variables or expression to check for its multiple cases, and case is a keyword to represent our case. And this default works like a else block. But what is this break? Let us comment this and see the result. Suppose my number is 4, so it will print Thursday. But what is that? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday. What was that? You can see here our code starts from here. Number of day is not 1, not 2, not 3, but it is 4. So it will enter into this block, and this block never ends. So it will print all the days that are after Thursday. That means when we are entering this block, we never exit. We will print all the cases that are below them, and also default case. And that is why you are having this output: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Suppose I will uncomment this break, Friday. So it will print Thursday and Friday, as you can see here. So break keyword is used as a breakpoint that after some certain condition we don't have to execute. So here when this is our case, we will print the required result and then break. And same as for case 2, case 3, case 4 and so on. You can also write here break, but it doesn't matter because there is no case after default one. So what are the conditions to use these switch statements in place of if else? And the first one is when we have to check different cases for same variable. As in this example, this variable is common in all the cases. Suppose we have some another example. First I will comment all this. Suppose I have a character ch equals to, let's take that one from input, scanner. So we know that we cannot take character input using scanner class, but we can take string input and then convert it into character. So I will write here next and then dot char at 0. So here this sc is a scanner object, and this next is used to take a string input, and this dot char at 0 is a string method. That means it will return the character as 0th position. I told you that string is a word or a combination of characters. So here we are taking its first character. But we have to write here 0 because there is 0 based indexing in strings. We will be doing this thing later. So now first we have to write switch on our ch variable, and then multiple cases. Case when our character is equal to a. When our character is a, that means we have to print character is a and then break. And let's copy this. And you can see I am using switch statement with ch, and our first case is when ch equals to a, then I will print char is a, and another case is when it is b, then I will print char is b, when it is c, then I will print char is c, when it is d, then I will print char is d. And if there is none of them, then the default block will execute and it will print I don't know. So let's run this. And suppose my character is a, then char is a. When it is r, I don't know. So let us see some another example. Let us create a calculator. First I will take a number a sc dot next int, and then second number, and then this character will be operator, and I will perform operations according to this operator. So switch operator, then if it is plus, then I will print a plus b and then break. If it is minus, then I will print a minus b. If it is multiply, a multiply by b. If it is divide, then a divide by b. And default invalid operator. Let's run this. So our first number will be 1, second is 2, and we are going to add this. 1 plus 2 is 3. Our first number is 100, second is 20, and third is divide, then it is 5. First number is 12, second is 5, and then I am just going to use this modulo, that is invalid operator. So now let's talk about that case where we have same result but different cases. First I will comment this out. So suppose I have a number that is 10, and I will use switch on that n, and my case is when it is 10, then I will print here n is smaller, and then break, and other case is 20, then I will also print the same, that n is smaller, and then break. And then another case when n is 50, n is 50, okay. So you can see here case 10, when our n is 10, then I will print n is smaller, and I will print the same thing, that n is smaller when my case is 20. When n is 20, I will print n is smaller. So I can see here these two cases have the same result. So I can write it as this: case 10 and then case 20. If my n is 10, then it will execute this, and if my n is 20, then it will execute this. N is smaller because here you can see n is 10, so it will execute this block of code, and if n is 20, it will also print the same. As you can see, n is still smaller. Let us say 200, then it will go in default block. As you can see here, previously we were writing it as this. This is the same thing. Our code will give the exact same result, but this is not a good practice. Here our code is not dry. We have to write dry code. Dry means don't repeat yourself. But here we are using this print statement and break more than one time, so I will delete it, and you can see here. And also you have to take care of proper indentation of your code. Indentation means, you can see here, this is the same code, but it is totally messy. It is not readable. You can use a shortcut to format your code, and it will also give a proper indentation, and the shortcut is Ctrl-Alt-L. You can see here the code is more readable now. So you should have a proper indentation if these cases are inside that block. So they should be starting 4 spaces ahead of the parent statement. As you can also see here, it is 4 spaces ahead of this case, and so on. So if you want to be a great programmer, always remember, you should write readable code. Even when we develop things, there is a criteria, a certain set of rules, development techniques that we use. and we must follow all these things. Otherwise, if your code is not readable, no one is going to accept it. And now it is time for practice problem. So today in task number 8, your first step is to take two integer inputs a and b. Okay, and the second step is to use switch with a. We learned that. And the third step is a case where a is equals to 10. So we will write it as case 10 and then use nested switch with b. Nested switch is exact same thing we did with conditional statements. We know how to write nested conditional statements, and now you have to do same thing with switch statement. So next is case for b, where b is 10, then we have to print they are same, and another case is when b is 20, then we will print b is greater than a. And another case for a is when a is 20, and then we will print a wins. You can also add multiple cases for A and B and then play with all this. And after completing your program, you have to share your code in the comment section. And the first one to share the code will get a shout out in the upcoming video. So that is it for today everyone. Hope you like this video. Subscribe to our channel and share your views in the comment section. And I will see you in the next one.